I am Adnan Begic. I work for MICHELIN Asia Pacific, based here in Singapore. And I've been doing transfer pricing for 10 years now. And I'm looking after transfer pricing, obviously, for MICHELIN Group for the Asia Pacific region. It's a variety of different tasks. We have a number of APAs in the region that we are currently negotiating. There are always some questions from revenue authorities or audits that all of the multinationals face. Compliance with local transfer pricing regulations and ensuring that the group policies are deployed in a proper manner in the region, and monitoring the PreBAPS developments and making sure to understand how they're going to impact the entities around the region we're looking after. It may not be specific to our industry alone, but it's the uncertainty of what the revenue authorities in this part of the world are going to do with this extraordinary amount of additional information they're going to get from the country-by-country reporting and master file, and whether this would trigger another wave of audits without having more headcount and in-house to manage all these activities. It begins even before BAPS, before post-BAPS, so pre-BAPS. You need to understand how BAPS is going to impact your organization and communicate this internally to the stakeholders so they know what's coming to support you in an additional budget. Then be prepared to have the documentation ready and be prepared for the additional transparency and compliance burden that's coming. That's one of the biggest factors. And third point I would say is consistency. Try to apply same approach towards in the entire region you're operating in or worldwide for the similar activities. It could be two, and this is not industry specific again. One could be that based on the country-by-country reporting and the visibility of different margins left in individual countries, revenue authority may start arguing and challenging that you're not leaving, that the multinational is not leaving sufficient profits in that country and that it should be higher compared to some other countries you operate in. The other point would be around the value chain and the discussion, what are the actual value drivers in the value chain and where they are located. In Asia Pacific, I guess it's going to be all aggressive revenue authorities who are using transfer pricing as a tool to collect additional revenue to finance their budget deficits. And there is a number of very aggressive countries in this part of the world that I guess everybody knows about. It is the best time in the history to do this job. It is definitely a recession-proof practice and full of technical, solid discussions that are really, really interesting to learn and read about. Another advice would be always stay interested in what's happening in your company. Not only the financial aspects, but also the commercial aspects. Because one day, sooner or later, you will need to defend your company in a TP audit, and it's always good to know what's going on. And obviously stay up to date on the developments that are happening around the zone, and especially the new tax and transfer pricing legislation being published almost on a weekly basis. I look forward to the networking, and that has been very good so far. I'm really excited to hear about the latest developments from both angles, from the advisors who are presented here and the in-house specialists, and how they see these developments impacting their operations, and compare it to what we do and get some peace of mind that we're not the only company facing these uncertainties. A little known fact, so I have a diverse background. I'm originally from Bosnia and Herzegovina. I lived and worked in Germany, New Zealand, Singapore. I worked in a Big Four company. I worked as an in-house transfer pricing specialist. But I guess that's something that everybody can read up on my LinkedIn profile. A little known fact is that I never planned to do transfer pricing. My career aspiration was investment banking. And due to the global financial crisis 10 years ago, I started my career I actually started a career in transfer pricing, and today I wouldn't change even if I could. So that's a very little known fact.